Hey guys, June Loiza here, Dad Smarter Not Harder. I just discovered this guy on Twitter. That's the freaking man. I mean, this guy is speaking the truth to me, to everybody. His name is Tyler Todd, and here's the tweet I want to share with you. The most selfish thing I do is focus on being a fantastic husband. Women have an amazing gift of magnifying and amplifying the energy we as men put out. If any man complains his wife is low energy, whiny, etc., it's an indictment on him and his inability to lead. Men should lead. Holy cow, this tweet has everything. As a father of 2 daughters, this resonates. There's so many things here to unpack. Let's go for it. First and foremost, let's talk about this part where he says it's an indictment on him and his inability to lead. This is the key here. You as a man, as a husband, as a father, if your relationship with your wife is suffering, if you're not being intimate, then that is an indictment on you, not on her. You are not being the man and the leader that you need to be, and you need to step up and you need to realize that. And you need to make those changes in order to make your home, your kingdom, a better place. You as the man, you are responsible for setting the vision and the leadership in the family, for protecting the family, and for providing that energy at the home. Your wife, your woman, the mother of your children is going to support you in those endeavors. Of course, she's going to have her own wants and needs, her own independence. She could be working, all of these things. But ultimately, in my point of view, it is the man that has to set the vision of the household of what's going to be done. Where is this family going? And the mother, the woman, the wife is there to support that. So I know many of you may think this is very traditional thinking, very conservative thinking. I think this is just something in my experience that is going to make the best experience in the household, where everyone is complementing each other in the best way. Think of founding a startup. When you found a startup, if everyone is just an engineer, if everyone's just a designer, if everyone's just a marketer, and you don't have complementary skill sets and complementary parts, then that startup is not going anywhere. And in the same way, if you think of a family, if everyone's trying to be a leader, if everyone's trying to make the most income, or if somebody's just trying to take care of the kids in the household, you don't have those complementary parts. You need to have those complementary parts in order to have a successful family, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Okay, so let's take a look at another part of this tweet. The most selfish thing I do is focus on being a fantastic husband. What do you want as a husband and as a father, as a man? You want your children to be successful, to be smart, to be ambitious, to grow up and be successful in life. You want to have a loving, wonderful relationship with your wife that is intimate, where you have fun and you laugh and it feels like you're on the honeymoon all over again. I know it's challenging. It can be very difficult, even for myself. For me and my wife, it was very difficult for many months recently because I wasn't being the person that I could have been or that I needed to be. I was complaining all the time. When the dishes weren't done, I was complaining. Oh man, the dishes aren't even done. Come on. Because in my household, I do make the majority of the income, even though we're 2 full-time working parents. I make the majority of the income and I make the mistake sometimes of feeling resentful. Are you feeling resentful? Because if you're feeling resentful, that's on you. The first and foremost place you need to start with is yourself, and you need to give. If those dishes aren't done, you need to do the dishes. I need to do the dishes. You know what? My wife, maybe she needs some more time sleeping in, or she needs to sleep early tonight. And that's okay. You know why? Because we're the husband, we're the father, we're the man, we're the king of this household, and we need to make sure that this kingdom is running smoothly. Those dishes need to be done, then I'm gonna freaking wash those dishes. Or you know what? Maybe I can go out, if I'm making enough money, I'm gonna hire somebody to wash those dishes for us, and that way my wife has more time to do other things that she needs to do. That's what was wrong with me. It's not just the dishes, it's many other things, right? I'm just focusing on that because that was on the top of my head. But if we're not being intimate in the household, I start complaining, oh, we're not being intimate. Well, when's the last time I took her out on a date? When's the last time you took your wife on a date without the kids? What? You don't have family around? You don't have grandparents around? Hire a babysitter. There's ways that you can make it work. You have to make it work. When's the last time your wife went out, got her nails done or got her hair done? When's the last time she had time to do that? Or even hang out with her friends, go out to a movie, watch the Barbie movie. It just came out. You have to think about these things. Don't just think about yourself. Don't just think about when's the last time I hung out with the guys. It's about that relationship. Where does it start? It starts with you. It starts with us. As the man of the household, we're setting that leadership. Let's look at the last part of this tweet where it says, men should lead. I have 2 daughters. I want to raise them to be leaders themselves. I want to raise them to be great. I want to raise them to be financially well off and savvy, educated, all of these things. I was talking to my good friend Yukai Chow. I'll link him in the description. He said he believes, even with his daughters, right, in the relationship of who they marry, ultimately the man has to be the leader. And I thought about this a lot. And my new philosophy, or my philosophy right now, in that relationship between what I teach my daughters and who they're going to find to marry as a husband, as a partner, with the lessons that I teach them and the experiences they have when they go to school or after school clubs, and of course, the values that I instill with them. I'm going to make them so great, and I'm going to teach them that the partner that they find needs to be just as great or even greater. They need to find a partner that they will feel comfortable and confident in following. That's right, you heard me right. My daughters, again, this is my philosophy right now. It could change in the future, but I believe with my daughters, my 2 daughters, they need to marry somebody who will be their leader, and they will be there supporting them every step of the way, and together they're going to be a wonderful family and raise their children together. Now, what does this mean? This means I need to teach them when they're looking for somebody to build a relationship with. That person needs to be great. They need to look to that person and say that I could follow this person. I trust this person to lead me and lead my future children to success for the family. When you think about a startup, again, we're bringing this back to a startup, and you're hiring somebody, many people give the advice, you want to hire somebody that is better than you, or you want to hire somebody that you would follow or that you would want to be your manager. That's where we are here. I'm talking to my daughters now. You need to find somebody who you feel comfortable and confident in following, because that's the way the relationship in the household is going to be optimal. This was a long one. I have a lot of thoughts. I think I'm going to come back to it later and refresh some of these thoughts. But I think this was awesome. This was an awesome tweet. I have it here bookmarked, and I want to come back to it time and time again. And the way I'm going to talk to my daughters, it's not fully fleshed out. They're only 6 and 3 right now. It's still too early to talk to them about it, but I'm already thinking about it. I'm already thinking, how am I going to teach them about building a relationship, finding somebody to love, finding somebody to date, finding somebody to be intimate with. All of these things we have to be careful about. It's not just about, oh, I'm going to have sex with this person. Yeah, I want to do this and do that. Intimacy is a very special moment. That's what I'm going to teach to my children. And you have to be careful. You, as the woman, it is your responsibility to find the right man to have a child with. It is your responsibility to say, no, you are not good enough. No, you are not good enough. Yes, you are good enough. It is your responsibility to find that right person. Anyways, we'll get deeper into it throughout more videos. There's a topic that I think about a lot. As you can tell, it's not fully flushed out yet. I'm working on it, but maybe we can work on it together. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.